Hello, Room 19. Today I'm going to start a new novel with you. The novel is called Blood on the River. Blood on the River, Jamestown, 1607, by Alyssa Carbone. This novel is a historical fiction. Historical fiction means that the actual historical events are true, but the story behind them might be a little bit fictional. They might make up names, they might make up some situation and scenes, but the overall theme of the situation is based on actual history. If you look in front of you, you'll see a map of Virginia. That is a small section. It has Chesapeake Bay, it has the Powhatan River, and I believe it has the James River. And it shows where Jamestown is right here. Let's start chapter 1. If you look, every chapter starts with some primary source. So this means that this actually comes from the time, from 1600s. So let's get started. In the time of the first planting of corn, there will come a tribe from the Chesapeake, from the Bay of the Chesapeake. This tribe will build their longhouses on the land of the Powhatan. They will hunt and fish and plant on the land of the Powhatan. 3 times the Powhatan will rise up against this tribe. The first battle will end, and the Powhatan will be victorious. But the tribe will grow strong again. The Powhatan will rise up. The second battle will end, and the Powhatan will be victorious. But the tribe will grow strong once more. The third battle will be long and filled with bloodshed. By the end of this battle, the Powhatan kingdom will be no more. Prophecy delivered to Chief Powhatan, ruler of the Powhatan Empire, by his trusted priest sometime before the Christian year 1607. The story starts in London. London, England, October 1606. My feet slap, bare and cold, on the cobblestones. I'm breathing hard from running. I turn the corner. The street is dark, empty. It's my chance. I find the right door under the sign with 3 gold balls. I've carried a rock with me. I slam the rock down hard on the padlock, pounding until it breaks free. Inside the pawn shop, it is quiet and musty. It smells of old wood and candle wax. There is the locket displayed on a piece of beaver felt. I close my fingers around the cool, smooth silver. I haven't touched it since the day she died. Mine. It should have been mine. Because it was hers. I pull, but it is wired down tightly. I hear footsteps outside. I panic, yank on the wire, too hard. The wire slices my hand. I see my blood drip, but the locket is in my grasp. You, boy! A man lumbers into the shop. It's the shopkeeper, come from his house across the street. He lunges, grabs me, but I'm too fast. I squirm away and run. Escape into the fog, and I'm lost, disappeared. I walk along the docks, past the dark hulks of ships bobbing slowly. My heart is still racing. I try to calm myself. I listen to sailors laughing and arguing, their card game stretching into the night. I even venture a whistle. Nothing fancy, just my own tune. The shopkeeper will not find me, I promise myself. When he sees me in the daylight, he will not know it was I who wrenched out his grasp in the dark shop. And he certainly would never guess that I have never stolen anything, only taken back what is mine. It should have been given to me when she died. This locket of my mother's. This will bring a pretty penny, they said at the poor house. It will pay for some of the extra food you eat. Can I help if I'm always hungry? Then they expected me to stay on and keep working in the nailery. Keep letting them beat me when they felt like it. As if I wanted to live in the poorhouse. As if Mom and I had wanted to be kicked out of our cottage on our farm. As if the blight was our fault, and we wanted the crops to rot in the fields, and had planned all along not to pay the rent to the lord of our cottage. But I chose the streets instead. I'd rather dig in the garbage heaps with the rats for my meals. Who knows, maybe Mum would still be alive if she hadn't been a widow and hadn't had to work so hard. First for the greasy, fat gentleman who owned our farm and cottage, and then, after we'd been kicked off, making nails for 12 hours a day to pay our wage at the poorhouse. Pay our way at the poorhouse. Maybe she'd still be alive if she had an easier time of it. Not my father, though. He would have drunk himself to death no matter what. I found my favorite hollow near the London Bridge. I spiked on a pole atop the bridge is several head of a traitor, a man who betrayed the crown of England and paid for it with his life. I turn my face away so I don't have to look. I curl up to go to sleep. For this one night the locket is around my neck, hidden under my shirt. One night. A sharp kick to the ribs wakes me. This looks like the one done it. Scraggly hair, scrawny as a broomstick. I'm on my feet in a split second. Grab him. I try to twist free, but hands close on my arms, my neck. It's the shopkeeper and his burly son. I thrash and kick. They tighten their hold until it hurts. The shopkeeper pulls the locket out from under my shirt. Ah, what have we here? He says. A grin shows teeth, brown as worms. It's mine, I cry, mine. They don't listen. They talk between themselves as they tie my arms behind me with ropes. The magistrate will enjoy this delivery, another criminal off the streets. The sooner he's hung or hanged, the better. I throw my head back hard. It hits the sun square in the chin. Yow, he cries. He made me bite my tongue. He returns my blow, one swipe with his hand to the side of my head, just like my father used to do, and just like in the old days. I see black. Feel my knees crumple, and I'm out before I hit the ground. That concludes the chapter. For each chapter, we'll have some activities that follow. So, some of the words that I thought you might not know. One is poorhouse. Poorhouse is a place for orphans and displaced people, or people that couldn't pay their way to have rent. And if they were not able to provide rent, one of the places that England would provide was a poorhouse. Cobblestone. Cobblestones are stones used to make a road. Another word I heard was blight, and a blight is a time usually of drought where maybe crops and food are a little bit more scarce because the environment is not conducive for growing. Another term that I thought you might not know is magistrate, and that's an officer in charge of law. And today I think we would consider a magistrate like a judge. We have some discussion questions. So the first discussion question, discuss the prophecy that begins the chapter. What is a prophecy? So first, I'd like to talk about a prophecy. A prophecy is a prediction, or what you should expect possibly to happen in the future. And do you think the prophecy will turn out to be accurate? So if I remember right, the prophecy was there would be 3 battles. The first battle, the Powhatan, the Native Americans, would be victorious. The second battle, the Native Americans would be victorious. But the third battle would not be that way. The the third battle, there would be too many of the new villagers that the Powhatan tribe would be crushed. And do I think that prophecy will turn out to be accurate? I think so. I think it will portray to be pretty close to what might actually happen in reality. I can move myself. Okay, questions 2 and 3 are in red. Red means that I have created a Google Classroom assignment that I'd like you to answer those questions. So the questions I'd like you to answer on your own are, why is the locket so important to this boy? To the boy. Try to use some text evidence when you answer these questions and try to always answer in complete sentences. The next question is, who do you think the locket belongs to and why? And also, you can find some text evidence and answer that question. Let me move myself again. All right, in this story, it talked a lot about the Powhatan tribe at the beginning, or the first prophecy. It didn't actually talk about it in the chapter. The Powhatan tribe is going to be in this story almost throughout the novel. And this tribe was based in what is now Virginia, along the Potomac River. Their name of the tribe means fall in a current water. And a current water means that it's flowing. That tribe had 14,000 to 21,000 people around the 1600s. And it had about 200 villages along the river. So they all weren't based in one location. They had multiple locations for their tribes. Sorry, for their villages of this tribe. Another name for the Powhatan tribe was the Virginia Algonquin. Algonquin is their language. It's their native language that they spoke. And that native language is still spoken today amongst a few small people, and they're trying to bring back that language when I was looking things up about them. This tribe are hunters, fishermen, gatherers, and exceptional farmers. So one of the things they said is they were amazing farmers, that they understood that soil cannot constantly have the same crop, and that they would rotate their different soil areas and crop areas, and that they were able to grow in multiple grow seasons. And one more thing I'd like to mention, just quick history-wise. We often sometimes refer to Native Americans as Indians. We refer to them as Indians because the original explorers from Europe thought they were finding India. And they were trying to find India because they really thought there was lots and lots of gold to be found there. So when they finally arrived there and they saw the people, what they thought was India, they would then term them Indians. We've now learned that they really weren't in India, and that the term Native American is used now to refer to the Indians. I hope you enjoyed this first chapter of The Blood on the River. I look forward to going through the novel with you. Thank you.